It started as just another garage sale. Laura had no intention of buying anything, but something compelled her to stop by the old house at the end of the street. The place had always stood as an oddity. The windows were perpetually covered, the lawn left to overgrow, but now its driveway was cluttered with boxes, furniture, and oddly enough, just a single child's toy. That's what caught her eye, the doll. It was sitting upright in a chair as if it were waiting for someone. Its face, well, that face was unlike any Laura had ever seen before on a toy. The porcelain features were grotesquely exaggerated. Deep, hollow cheeks, a twisted smile, and glass eyes that seemed too lifelike for comfort. The woman running the sale, an elderly figure hunched with years, watched as Laura picked up the doll. "That's not a toy. It's been in this house far longer than I have. It's best you leave it." But Laura wasn't listening. Something about the doll intrigued her. The absurd idea of its unsettling face being part of her collection of vintage items. She paid the woman and carried it home. She didn't notice the relieved look on the woman's wrinkled face as she walked away. She didn't think twice about the muttered phrase, "It's her problem now." That night, Laura set the doll on her shelf, facing out into the room. But no matter how much she adjusted its posture, it never seemed to sit correctly. Something about the way it looked, its slack grin, the shimmer in its glassy eyes, made the room feel colder. At one point, she could have sworn it was staring at her from the corner, but she convinced herself it was just her imagination, until the noises started. At first, they were faint, a soft creak, the sound of something shifting on the shelf. She turned on the light, expecting to find it knocked over by her cat, but it hadn't moved an inch. At least not yet. By midnight, the sounds grew louder. A thud, then a shuffle, and then a whisper. Laura bolted upright in bed, her heart hammering in her chest. She strained her ears, but there was silence now. Reluctantly, she tiptoed out to the living room. The doll wasn't on the shelf anymore. It took her a moment to spot it, sitting perfectly upright on her coffee table, its head tilted slightly to the side. That awful grin locked onto her. "Did I move you?" she muttered, her voice shaky. Her hands trembled as she picked it up again. This time, its head flopped backward unnaturally, revealing what looked like deep scratches running along its neck. Scratches she was certain hadn't been there before. She locked the doll inside her closet, stuffing it into the farthest corner beneath old jackets and boxes. Breathing a sigh of relief, she told herself this was silly. It's just a doll. But when she woke the next morning, it was back, sitting on her nightstand, just inches from her face. Its smile was wider now, sharper. And for the first time, she noticed the tiniest trace of red staining its porcelain teeth. Laura didn't keep it for long after that.